Hi, my name is Sash. Welcome back to Sash Reads, and this is Read the Beats. If you are unsure what Read the Beats is, it is a concept created by Jess over at This Kiwi, where she gets her friends to pick 3 songs for her, and then they pick books for that song, and then they read them. I picked 3 songs for her, so definitely go check out their video down below. I will link that for you. But they also picked 3 songs for me, so I am very excited to show you this video. This is me filming the intro after I've done everything because I am very slack. But I love this concept, and so when Jess didn't really ask me, I may have bailed them up. When I met her in Sydney a couple months ago, I was like, so when am I gonna do it? And yeah, so here we are. I'm very excited. Yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video. If you haven't subscribed to Jess yet, definitely do that. I will obviously link them down below, up above, everywhere. I'm excited for you to watch this video. I'm kind of scared too. I'm excited to see what she read for the songs that I picked for her because, let's be honest, I did a funny one. I did do a funny one for her. And that's one that I'm like, what are they going to choose for this book? So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hi. So Jess has sent me through her song recs. So let's react to it together. I'm very excited.
Hi Sash, welcome to Read the Beats. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. I've got some really cool songs from you. 3 awesome songs, but from widely different genres. So your first song is going to be Dance Monkey from Tones and I.
Oh my gosh, I almost sent you this one. This is hilarious. This is so good. I love this.
Now, I had never really heard much from Tones and I mean, I'd heard this song, and it wasn't until I actually saw her live that I really fell in love with her music. And this is such an interesting song because the music video is very fun, and the story behind that is essentially about a old person that escapes with their friends and causes havoc in the local golf course and wherever they go and stuff like that. But if you actually listen to the lyrics, it contradicts that music video. There's a few interesting connotations about being a monkey and dancing for everybody else and stuff like that. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how you take that and where you go with that and what book you choose. Your second song is...
I love this. So this is one of the songs on my kids' rotation. My 3-year-old loves this song and asks me to play it all the time. So yeah, and we love the music video in this household. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how I'm going to... Maybe an Aussie author, because it's like she's an Australian artist. I don't know. I'll have to have a proper look at the lyrics and find out. But great song choice.
It's one that I have loved for a very long time. And when I say AC/DC, the first song you're probably going to think is Thunderstruck. Well, that's the first song I think of. Or Highway to Hell, or Back in Black, or there's so many AC/DC songs that I could have picked. But the one I am picking for you is called Big Balls. And this is definitely one of those songs that does not take itself too seriously. It is meant to have a lot of innuendos, and it's a fun time, and it's a fun song, and it's probably not one that got a lot of limelight compared to some of their other ones, but yeah, it's a really good song.
I love that. Big Balls? What? Okay, I have not heard this song, but I am excited. Also, another Aussie artist. I don't know, are you like curating these for me, Jess?
Now, your third one. This is a song that means quite a lot to me because it's about a father singing to his daughter and essentially telling her things may look a little bleak and things like that, but everything will be okay. And this is Mockingbird by Eminem. Now again, Eminem, there could have been so many songs that I could have chosen, but I thought You've got two songs that are not so serious, but the lyrics and the words in the song, any Eminem song, they're pretty serious. Like there's a definite story, and it definitely makes you think. And Mockingbird for me, like just in a way, is a bit of a comfort song for me when I'm feeling a bit down. No matter how bleak things are, things will start looking up and things will kind of ring out in the wash and stuff like that. So yeah, those are your three songs. Dance Monkey from Tones and I, Big Balls from AC/DC, and Mockingbird from Eminem. I cannot wait to see what you do with these songs. Yeah, awesome.
Okay, so I don't know if it's really well known, but I don't have the best relationship with my dad. And he used to play this song on the few times he would pick us up for our weekend away after my parents separated. So, I mean, it is, from what I remember, it is a very beautiful song. And I have no idea, like, nothing is coming to mind what I'm going to use for this. But no, it's actually, like, I love your messaging behind it, Jess. I love the two songs that I know. I'm definitely going to go check out Big Balls now. Find out, I know, it's given, just the title, it's given me a smut book. And because it's Australian artist, I'm thinking maybe an Australian author smut book. I don't know. But thank you for these. And yeah, I'm very excited to choose the books. I might actually, I'll listen to Big Balls on camera and we can get my reaction. Very interesting. So my initial thought was Aussie smart author. It's correct. Even looking at the lyrics, I mean, it's very simple lyrics, but I liked the music and I liked the chord progression. I've been watching a lot of people reacting to music and the way they talk about it. I was like, anyway, I'm going to go pick these books now, but thanks for that, Jess. Let's go. Good morning. I am about to go out for breakfast by myself. I'm so excited. So I thought I would start this vlog. I was going to bring a completely different book with me, but then I'm like, no, actually, I probably should start this vlog. So I'm going to bring one of two physical books, and that is either going to be Margot's Got Money Troubles or Dance of Lies. Now, you can probably tell which book is for which song. Maybe. I don't know. Dance of Lies is going to be for Dance Monkey because we've got dancing in it. But like Dance Monkey, like she talks about how just like the pressure and like people keep telling her to dance for her, like dance for me, dance for me, dance. And this one is about Vasily, who was once a dancer until he framed her for murder. Now it's 2 years later and he offers her a deal. Pose as a dancer at the royal gathering, spy on his enemies, and he'll grant her freedom. So dancing, she's probably going to come to hate. I don't know. But I feel like it definitely gives off the Dance Monkey song vibes. And then for Margot's Got Money Troubles, this is Ali's book club pick for her Patreon. I also thought it would be amazing for Mockingbird because you've got Margot, who is the child of a Hooters waitress and an ex-pro wrestler. She's always known she had to make it on her own. When she finds herself pregnant by her college professor, who is very keen not to be involved, she realizes she'll need cash fast. Soon Margot has a plan. She'll start an OnlyFans as an experiment, producing content and writing storylines unlike anything else out there. Help arrives in the form of her live-action role-playing flatmate Susie and her father, Jinx, a recovering addict and veteran of the wrestling world, who has experience making an audience fall in love. So you've got father-daughter dynamics, possibly. And also it sounds like she's in a pretty rough situation, which with the Mockingbird song, it sounds like Eminem was too. So I think actually I'm gonna do this one first. I'm gonna read this at the coffee shop while I eat my breakfast. We'll go from there. And yeah, it's like just under 300 pages, so I should be able to knock this out quickly. But I'm excited, so let's go. So I didn't vlog anything at the cafe because I put my Forest app on because I'm trying to like stay off my phone, and using the Forest app I think really helps staying off your phone. So I didn't get any B-roll. I'm sorry. I think I need to stop bringing my camera and just stop being a little bitch about not bringing my camera, about like using my camera in public. Anyway, I am 64 pages into Margot's Got Money Troubles, and I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. I was kind of scared, but it's not like literary fiction. Literary fiction, I think, is something completely different. But this is so fun. It shifts between first and third POV, which I think works really well for this kind of story. The characters are fun. Margot. I understand what she's going through. I've had 3 babies. She's got a mum who could probably be better. But, like, she's like, oh, my mother never helped. So, like, you should be happy that I'm helping at all, sort of thing. And I'm like, oof. You could have been better than that. Her dad is a timer. We haven't really talked to him much. But I didn't have any pens. So I had to dog ear a page because I wanted to come back to it and talk about it. Her dad is actually like super supportive. No one's been really supportive of her keeping the baby except for her dad. But down here, she's like, what if I'm making a big mistake? You aren't, he said. They both knew they were about to have the most abbreviated version of this talk possible. It was like speaking in Morse code. I'm not, you know for sure. I can guarantee, he said. Okay, she said. Okay, he said. They hung up and she felt better, but it was a slow, unsatisfying release of tension, like pouring out a flat beer. Also, the writing style, I love it. I don't know, I like her dad, obviously. Like, so Margot's mum and dad met when he was a pro wrestler. He was drunk at Hooters. She was the waitress, and they had some fun, and Margot's mum got pregnant. I think her name's Cheyenne. And then Cheyenne obviously didn't have Jinx's number or anything, and so she was probably pregnant for a while till Jinx came back and he told her. No, she told him. And then he was like, I'm married with 5 kids. But like apparently it's just Jinx. That's what Jinx does. He goes around wrestling and has fun with people that's not his wife. But he stays with the wife for a long time, and they kind of like, the wife and kids kind of like pretend that Margot doesn't exist. I'm only like 6 chapters in, so hopefully I'm not really spoiling too much. But I like how Margot, she had the baby. She called it Bodhi. Her mum was like, oh, your dad broke his back when you were 3 weeks old. And he didn't get to meet you till you were 9 months old. And Margot, she's had the baby for 3 weeks now. And she just like automatically, like, because she's going through all this hardship and struggles, she understands her mum now. And I think that's what a lot of people do. They don't really understand what your mum went through until you yourself have kids. But yeah, like, you can understand, and I guess you can forgive, like, if your parents are shitty and you're like, oh, I could never do that to my own kid. Understand, and you can forgive them, but you can't really forget. Hey, that's a Taylor Swift lyric, isn't it? Anyway, I know I'm still working out both my mommy issues and daddy issues, so please, like, don't think I'm a therapist at all. But I need to go pick up my groceries now and then go home and see what mess awaits me. If I look rough, it's probably because I feel rough. I don't feel sick, just my head and my belly. Anyway, I wanted to update you because I'm probably going to finish this book tonight. I need to finish this book tonight, but I am flying through this. I'm up to page 218 now, so chapter 20, and it's currently Tuesday. I started it Sunday morning. I didn't get to read it at all yesterday, but I think I read 108 pages Sunday and then the other 108-ish pages now. Like I said, I'm loving it. I'm flying through it. I'm loving the relationships that she's having, like the friendship with Susie, her relationship with her father, business relationships she's making with Casey and Rose. I hate Mark. I hate Mark so much. I think everyone hates Mark because you're being petty. He's being petty. He's asking for full custody now. Sorry if that's a spoiler. After wanting nothing to do with her after she told him she was pregnant. And Cheyenne can go suck a big fat one. Like at the start, you knew. You knew she wasn't a mum. She may have birthed her, but she wasn't a mum. So I'm not liking Cheyenne very much either. But I think this is definitely working well for the Mockingbird song. I think I picked really well for it. Just because like Jinx has said some things that like just... He might not have been a good dad growing up, but he's there for her now when she needs it. I'm going to try and finish this now. Hopefully I don't fall asleep. And then I also wanted to talk about After the Siren by Darcy Green. I'm not sure if I've said this, but I'm going to be using this for the AC/DC song because AC/DC is about balls, right? These guys are playing AFL. There's balls in AFL. AC/DC is a boy band, and this is queer. 2 men playing with balls. I feel like it works well with the song. That's all I'm using. Also, this is an arc, and we're still in arc August, so I'm hoping to finish another NetGalley arc. Thank you, Penguin Random House, for this arc. I'm 15% into this. Pretty much the gist is you've got, is it Theo? So you've got Theo and Jake. Now, Theo at one of his last games for the AFL season, last season, he bombed really bad. He did not do well. And he's been like the laughingstock of the community for a while now. And the team he was with has swapped him out with the opposing team that they were playing in that game. And he's got this sort of rivalry with Jake Cunningham. After the bomb, Jake went on to this YouTube show, which like sort of like the footy show. And if you don't know what the footy show is, I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but it's like about these dude bros who talk about the games that week, that round, and make some pretty like racist, homophobic, just really bad jokes. And Jake Cunningham went on and pretty much went along with calling Theo like a bad football player or whatever. And Theo is also a person of colour, I believe, because Theo said at least they didn't go as far as blackface. So that makes me believe that he is a person of colour. Now, Theo is bisexual and he's not open in the AFL community, but he's open to his friends. And Jake is gay. And he's not open at all. 2 of his teammates know, and that's about it. And Jake just has gone through a breakup because his boyfriend wanted them to be out and open. And Jake's like, I can't do that. And now they are at footy camp, and Jake and Theo are cabin mates, roommates, and Jake hasn't apologized, and Theo's waiting for the apology. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's happened so far. Like I said, I'm only 15% in, so I don't know what else is going to happen there. I am excited. I just like reading books by Australian authors because mainly it's set in Australia and I know the places they're talking about, and I don't know, I feel like I'm connected more to the book. Even though I'm not an AFL watcher, I'm more NRL watcher. We did actually go to Kmart today. I thought I'd let you know. And I didn't pre-order this, but I saw it at Kmart and I just had to. And that is the special edition of Calabasas by R.F. Kuang. Look at those checkered edges. I love them so much. So also the back says, Alice Law, you naughty girl, you're trying to go to hell. Like, excuse me? but it's about this grad student who has to go to hell to make her dream come true of being the best and brightest mind in the field of analytic magic. And she goes there with her rival, Peter Murdoch. So yes, I'm very excited for this. I'm very upset because I also saw the new edition of When the Moon Hatched there, but I pre-ordered that and it hasn't come in yet. Amazon said, sorry for your delay. And I'm like, I just want it in my hands. I just need a 4th edition. Okay, I just need 4, obviously. I'm going to try and rest some more. I just took some painkillers, so hopefully this headache goes away and I can just rest. I should probably go to sleep. It's probably what's best for me, but I need to finish this book if I want to get points for my team for ARC August. From this lovely angle, I'm so sorry. But let's talk about the books that I've been reading lately. So, After the Siren by Darcy Green. I'm loving it. I think I'm about 30% of the way through. I am loving how, like, just the banter between our 2 main characters. And I'm also loving how an AFL player has just openly, like, come out as bisexual. And I think he's the first openly queer AFL player. And I'm like, this is insane because, like, this book comes out in September and, like, the author has been, like, going crazy on Instagram. I'm loving this for them. I thought that was pretty cool tidbit. But yeah, they started off on the wrong foot. Now that they know they're not going to out each other, they've started, like, this little friendship, and Jake has invited Theo to the New Year's Eve party, and I don't know, I'm hoping, like, a drunken kiss might happen, or even just, like, a sober kiss, because no, yeah, Theo doesn't drink, he's drinking kombucha. Also, I think we've established that Theo's parents had to immigrate from Egypt. And then you would have seen I started A Dance of Lies last night. I think I'm about 40-ish pages into it. Still world building. So pretty much what starts off in this book, she's been in prison for 2 years because she's been wrongfully accused of a murder of the king's first advisor. And she knows that the king knows that she didn't do it. But the king has still put her in jail for the last 2 years. Her muscles are pretty much atrophied, but he's pretty much been like, hey, you've got 2 months to work your muscles back to audition to become a dancer so you can spy on me, on my brother, in my brother's kingdom. I am so hoping that the romance is between her and the king's brother. She was saying how, like, something could have happened between her and the king, but he never did anything untoward. Like, the only thing he's ever done to her was, like, pretty much send her to jail. But, like, she was his jewel. Like, no one else was called the jewel. Only she was. And then after she was put in jail, there was no other dancer that was called the jewel. So, yeah. Anyway, my son's bus is here now, so I gotta go. Okay, so I'm up to the 3rd act breakup part of After the Siren by Darcy Green. Look, I'm actually really enjoying it. I love how open and honest Jake is. And I know Theo is, like, really wanting to work on his career, but he also kind of wants Jake. And Jake was like, look, if football wasn't a thing, yeah, I'd love to be with you. And I don't think Theo could handle that honesty. So he kind of like skedaddled. I love the character growth between the two and all the relationship growth between the two. I'm loving all of the side characters. I want to know what's up with Patty and Zen. I don't know if they're just going for walks so that Theo and Jake could be alone together, or are they going for walks for another reason? I don't know. We'll find out soon. But I'm almost finished it. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it tonight while we go to gymnastics. I am really enjoying it. I think the author has, I don't know if it's their debut, but I don't think I can find anything else in their backlist. So I think they've definitely got potential. I'm liking the writing style. The romance is easy. It's fun. It's good. And it's queer, which we all love around here. It's definitely like working for the song, like, because there's balls and footballs and also balls. But I think it's a fun song. If I was alive back when it was released, I probably would have enjoyed it. Now, not so much, but that is okay. I think this was just a funny one that Jess put in, which is totally awesome because I did a funny one for her. I'm gonna try and finish after the siren. Actually, I need to edit something, but I think I'm just gonna read. Hello. I am 26 chapters into A Dance of Lies, and I don't think I've talked about it yet. I do apologize. But I am actually really enjoying this. The first, probably third, was a lot of like world building and just like character building too. I wasn't really a fan of like, she was like talking about something happening in the present and then flashing back a lot. And I understand like we needed to like understand how she got to where she was, but I feel like maybe there could have been a better way to do that. But we really haven't had much of that since we've gotten to the gathering. So I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but this is about Vasily Moran, who was the main dancer, or I think she was called the Jewel, to King Ilian. Now this land is one, so it's, I think it's called Meridian or Meridrian, and there's three parts. There's west, central, and east, and they are all there used to be one big one and ruled by one king, but he had three sons, and instead of the eldest son getting it all, he split it into three, and all three sons got a court. Now they have a gathering every couple of years or so when not just those three courts, but all of the lands and all the royals come together, and I think it's like a big political thing. But Vasily, she has been in the dungeons at King Ilian's court for 2 years because she was accused of murder, and wrongly accused. She didn't kill him, but for some reason Ilian needed her to be in jail. And even though Ilian was like her closest confidant, she thought maybe something more might happen. Nothing ever did, right? So now he's like, I will let you go free if you become a spy for me at the gathering. And she's like, okay. And now she cannot dance as well as she could because her muscles have atrophied. Anyway, so she gets to the place and she auditions to become a solo dancer. And the dude is like, nah, we've already got one, don't need you. She's like, shouldn't you need to like audition everybody though? And he's like, nah. Anyway, she convinces him and she gets the solo, kind of. King Ilian is still like, she's still under his thumb, right? So many times I've already been like mouth gaping open, like hand covering mouth, because I'm like, oh my God. So nothing happened between Ilian and Vasily, right? And Ilian does not like his brother Anton, who's the youngest brother. And Vasily and Anton are getting close. But there's also Vasily getting close with the other solo dancer, the Master of Revels, I think his name is, Copeland. So I believe there is a love triangle happening, which works great for the Vampire Diaries readathon, for Team Vampire. But I'm just I love Anton. He is so carefree. He's the prince that well, he's a king really. He's always jovial. He's flirty. He's very flirty. Oh my gosh. So twice now I've been like, hee 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 hee, like giggling, kicking my feet sort of thing. But oh, what did he just say earlier? Because I woke up at 4:30 this morning to read more of this book because this needs to be done by Saturday. Oh, he said something earlier. I see if I can find it because it's a library book. I can't highlight it. Should tab it though. Anyway, let's have a look. Here he goes, he's just insulted her. She was very mopey because her dance partner was dancing with an old lover of his and she's just watching it moping, and then King Anton comes along and like insults her and she's like, excuse you, and starts going off at him, and then she's like, oh shit, he's the king. And he goes, there you are. I so enjoyed your snark from before. I'd hoped you'd find it again. Like he just riles her up just to make her feel something. If you think he's the only one who can make you feel, he murmurs, his lips against the shell of my ear, you are so very wrong. Oh, I did not think I was going, like when I was reading this, I'm like, I don't know who's the love interest is going to be. Is it going to be Ilian? Is it going to be Copeland? Anton? But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be Copeland and Anton, and I don't know who I want to be endgame with. Like Anton, he's the king, he's fun, he like pushes her buttons, but Copeland, he's like a rock, he's steadfast, holds her up when she's down, and I'm like, but obviously I haven't even gushed about Copeland, so I think we know our answer, right? Like Copeland, I don't think even Copeland knows what he wants. Like I don't think he's used to, I think he's scared to fall in love again because his last one was taken from him, and he keeps walking in on Anton and Vasily's discussions and he's like, what was that? She's like, nothing. But yeah, I am actually really enjoying this. I need to start reading traditionally published like romantasy again because this is giving me all of the feels. I have a feeling this is not a standalone. Where are you from, Brittany Arena? North Carolina. Yeah, I have a feeling this is not a standalone, so I'm going to be very upset when it ends on a cliffhanger, but I am very much enjoying it right now. Now, I do want to talk about After the Siren by Darcy Green. I finished it a couple days ago, but I was at my son's gymnastics, so I couldn't just like whip my camera out, even though I was like bawling my eyes out at the end of it because I just love queer joy. Oh my gosh. Definitely a 5-star read. Definitely one that you guys should keep an eye out for if you love sports romance, if you love queer romance, if you love... It's sort of like a enemies to lovers. It's not really... There's just a misunderstanding, and so because neither of them will really apologize, it just keeps festering, and then they become roommates at footy camp. It kind of all comes out from there, and then they're like, well, we're on the same team, we're teammates, we might as well like be friends, and the friends then turn into lovers, and it was just so much fun. Oh my gosh. Definitely a 5-star read. Is that my second 5-star read for this vlog? What is going on? That's insane. But I'm very happy about that. I love being pleased, and I love when I find books that are 5-star materials, all right? And both were like such different vibes as well. Like Margot Has Money Trouble is completely different to After the Siren, but both were so good and both just spoke to me in different ways, and I loved so much. So I'm gonna go finish Dance with Lies, hopefully either tonight or tomorrow, and then I will tell you all my thoughts and feels from there. Good morning. Yes, it is just after 4 a.m. because I need to finish this book. So let's do this. I'm up to page 298. I've got just over 130 pages to go. I think I can do this today. finished Dance of Lies. I read 150 pages this morning and I finished it. It's gonna be 4 stars. It definitely ended on a cliffhanger. I knew that was gonna happen. I did not see that twist coming at the end, the memory loss trope. If you know, you know. I am excited for the next one. I think I will read it. I don't know when because this was a new release. So it's gonna be a while probably. But I need to go drop kids off at school, so I'll probably finish this vlog later. I just want to tell you that I finished it and I'm very proud of myself. Okay, so that is it for this episode of Read the Beats. I just want to thank Jess once again for having me on this episode, and I am very, very happy with how things turned out. I'm very excited to watch yours. So yeah, let's recap what I read and what I listened to. So the first song choice was Dance Monkey by Tones and I. She's an Australian singer. This was her second single, I believe, after Run Johnny Run, I think is what the first song is called. And I remember listening to this when it first came out and I thought this was, like, her voice was just very unique. And now this song is like in our current rotation because Dance Monkey is a fan favorite among my kids. Now the song does talk about how they just want to see her dance sort of thing. They just want to see her perform. They don't really care about how she feels about it. And I think that definitely did work well with A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. Vasily was a dancer. She was thrown in jail. Then her king was like, I need you to perform again and I need you to spy while you're doing it for me. So doesn't really care about her feelings whatsoever, yet pretends to. So I think that definitely worked well with this book, and this book, even though it wasn't a 5-star read, I did really have a lot of fun with it. I'm definitely going to continue on with the series when that does happen. I do know that this does have some own voices rep in it because the author does talk about it in her author's note. It says here, this book began not as a mirror of my own experiences, but as an escape from them. Yet, as stories often do, it took an unexpected turn. So in her 20s, she battled illness that left her bedridden more often than not. She sought to write a story that would remind her what it felt like to be alive during a time where she felt more like a corpse. She says here, while Vasily's disability stems from long-term imprisonment, the author's is a result of struggle with POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome, EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, dysautonomia, chronic fatigue syndrome, Lyme disease, and more. So I think while I don't have any of those, I feel like the representation is good, seeing as it is own voices. So yeah, if you do like to read a fantasy that does have layers and it's not just your cookie cutter fantasy, I think this is one you should definitely pick up. And then for Big Balls by Akadaka, I read After the Siren by Darcy Green, and I had a lot of fun with this book. I gave this one 5 stars. This one was a funny one that Jess put in, and I'm glad that we both did that because I also gave her a funny one. Big Balls by Akadaka, I was like, okay, I need a sports romance, and I feel like it should be queer because Akadaka is a boy band and queer is all male. I need a gay male sports romance. And when After the Siren dropped on my NetGalley, I was like, I'm ticking all these boxes today, baby. I really loved Theo and Jake's story. Theo coming from a lot of like anxiety, and there was a moment where he did try to take his own life. It was in the past. They just talk about it in the past. Nothing actually happens in the book. So trigger warning for that, but he does get a lot of panic attacks, and so I think the anxiety rap is really real in this book. Obviously it's gay. Theo's actually from Egyptian immigrant parents, which is really cool to see. I don't really read a lot of Egyptian rap, so I feel like that does need to change. And Jake is, I feel like your typical Aussie bloke, wherein like your Melbourne Aussie, not your Gold Coast Aussie. He's gay, he's not out to his team, only to a couple of his friends and family. He grew up with 2 mums. His mum was an AFL player. Either she was an AFL player or she was a coach. She had something to do with AFL when she was she had Jake. And so Jake has always grown up saying he's going to do AFL. He's just had a really bad breakup where they like never even went out on dates or anything. So I think Theo and Jake like were paired perfectly together in this book. And I'm really excited to see what else this author writes, because if this was their debut, I think it done amazing. Like just the queer joy in this book was beautiful. And then for Mockingbird by Eminem, I did read Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe. This book blew me away, took me by surprise. I did not expect to love this book as much as I did. I thought maybe I liked it, maybe I wouldn't get it, but I definitely got it. I definitely loved it. I think it does have to do with like being a young mum. I wasn't 19 when I had my kid, I was 22. So there is that 3-year difference, but still Ruthie being a single young mum and not really having any help from her own mother, and then having her dad step in, which I feel like works well with Mockingbird, because Eminem is talking to his daughter and saying how like he doesn't want the life that he had for her. And I feel like the father-daughter relationship definitely worked well from this book and that song. Like that's my connection for it anyway. I really enjoyed the OnlyFans side of this book because it wasn't just born for her. She created this like really crazy storyline and I really enjoyed that part of it. Like I think a lot of people think content creation, especially like OnlyFans, is just porn, where some of them isn't. Some of them do have storylines and it's crazy, and just content creators, their minds are just insane, and sometimes I just want to crack it open because I wish my brain was like that. I think the struggles that Margot went through, even though, look, the ending, she's 19 or maybe she's 20 at the end of this book. I feel like she made some real grown-up decisions, and I guess when having a baby at 19 you do have to grow up really fast, so that might not be so far-fetched. I really did enjoy this book. I'm glad that I picked it up, and I am glad that it was Ali's book club pick and that Jess sent me the Mockingbird song so I could read it for this vlog. So yes, those were the 3 books I read for the vlog, just as like a little wrap up sort of thing. Let me know down below, have you read any of these books? What did you think of it? If you did get to the end of this video but you have no idea what to comment, pop a bird emoji for Mockingbird, or monkey for Dance Monkey. I didn't realize they both had animals in them. I should have read an animal book. That's okay. I had a lot of fun. Once again, thank you so much, Jess, for having me. Don't forget to go watch her video. I have it linked. Obviously, I've said that so many times already. And don't forget to subscribe to both me and Jess if you want to see more videos from us. If you love this collab idea, definitely go check Jess out, because I think this is their 12th episode. So you've got whole 11 other episodes to watch. And yeah, if you want to be my friend, you can add me on Goodreads, Instagram, and Storygraph. It's all just at @SashReads. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.